Alright guys, this is Chris again with Need a Lift. Anyway, I got a couple of guys asking for more videos, which is good. Hopefully it'll grow and lots of people will ask and be interested. Anyway, here's a little story about Wildwood, New Jersey. Wildwood is a place I spent my college years working a summer at Wildwood, New Jersey. I lived in Wildwood Crest, about a couple blocks from the beach, maybe a block anyway, but it was a beautiful area. I suggest going to Wildwood and visiting at any point in your life. It's one of those hidden little secrets that's a beautiful place and fun to visit, fun to go to, family friendly, and, you know, a little crazy summer place. But here's a little story about my college years in Wildwood. But it was, you know, college students, girls on the third floor, guys on the second floor, and main floor was, you know, social whatever, but, you know, kitchen and dining room and TV room, but it's just, I don't know, it was just the most fun, because, you know, Wildwood is, and I worked at the linen supply, and then I worked at the McDonald's in the middle of the boardwalk. I tried to get there in the morning. It was, they had me in an opening schedule, and I was like, okay, I'm telling you I can't open. Well, that's what we need you for. And they kept scheduling me to open, and I'm like, I just can't make it. You know, I'm working until 2 o'clock in a factory, and I thought they were going to fire me. They never did. I never showed up on time, but, you know, I was honest with them. I said, look, can't do it.
I feel that. I've been to Wildwood once in my life.
Yeah.
For a country concert.
Okay.
You know, the one that they do every year.
Yeah.
So I've been over there, and I went with my boy, and it was the first time I went to like a concert overall.
Oh wow! So
the greatest time of my life.
Yeah. That's so a great place to have a concert. And who'd you see?
So it was like a little festival.
Right.
Like the Barefoot.
Yeah. Okay.
And saw Ernest, Kid G, Chase Matthews, saw Eric Church.
Nice. Yeah.
And a bunch of other
right.
guys. I saw Florida Georgia Line.
Yeah.
I got videos of me in front of Florida Georgia Line, Ernest, and all these other big guys. So I was like
that's
10
cool.
feet away type deal.
Yeah, that's so cool. That is cool.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I could write stories I could write a movie on just me walking to Wawa at 3 a.m. And Wawa, let's say, is a 40-minute walk from where we were staying.
Okay, yeah.
So I could just write a movie.
Right.
Wildwood is a movie.
Oh, it is. It's crazy.
Really is.
It really is, yeah.
Everybody should experience Wildwood in the summer.
Yeah. It's one of those, I thought, I don't know, coming here to Virginia Beach, I was like, oh, it's going to be like Wildwood. No, it's just, because everything is so much closer to the boardwalk, right on the boardwalk.
Exactly,
I think I don't know how other beaches don't mimic that, you know. You ever been to South Carolina, Myrtle Beach area?
The only time I've been to South Carolina was for training.
Okay. Myrtle Beach has a mall on a lake. Is what I think it's what it's called, but it's basically a lake. They do fireworks every night. Pretty nice fireworks show, but it's all the way around. But it's all a boardwalk around this nice pond, basically.
Oh, that's kind of sick.
But nice restaurants, you know, and then all your little shops, your haunted house, you know, everything is there, and I can imagine working there for the summer would be like working at Wildwood, but you know, it was, I don't know, there was a bunch of college students, and they were all Christian college students, but you know, it was
Christian with the
with the K.
I'm Christian too.
Yeah. No, I'm a Christian, but it was like there was like two practicing Christians there, and the rest were, drinking alcohol on the third floor or on the roof. And the neighbor hated us so much because they were just up at night. And one night they got to singing happy birthday to a girl on the second floor, and the neighbor called the mayor of the city, I want to say. They called I think it was the mayor, and not the police. But police showed up, and then everybody got pulled into the office. I had to work at McDonald's that morning. I got pulled into the office that night. But it turned into a water fight, which was crazy. And then the neighbor came through the front door. He's yelling, "Do you know what effing time it is? Do you know what effing time it is?" And a girl that worked days came downstairs to the back of the house and said, "It's 2:00 in the morning." And I was just like, why didn't they get together? They could have answered his question with her answer. But because he's yelling in the front, "Do you know what time it is?" And she's yelling, "It's 2:00 in the morning." Anyway, so they all get called in the office. They all got yelled at. And then they called me into the office. I was the last one to talk to. I was kind of a little bit older than the rest of them. And for some reason, the boss liked me. But he's like, yeah. And they all had me scared. They're like, "You're going to get yelled at because we all get yelled at. They're threatening us to kick us out." And I was like, okay, well, we'll see what happens. I get there. He says, "So I hear you had a water fight last night." I said, yeah, it was pretty crazy. He says, "Don't do that again, huh?" Get out of here. And that was it. I was like, that's great. But
That's actually great. That's funny.
yeah, but it was always, and it's funny because that water fight was started by me and another girl. We're having a water fight. I want to say like 5 other people were watching. And we're like just running around. Me and her were crazy. We had the water bottles with a squirt not squirt, but the straw, the big plastic, whole contraption.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we're squirting each other, and we get outside, and we're like, "Okay, you done?" "Yeah, I'm done." Truce. And then the 5 people that are watching us line up at the door to watch, because they're, just watching, and just to follow us in or just to let us in. And I looked at her, she looked at me, and we're like, "Yep, it's on." So we got into the middle of the line, squirted everyone, and then it was pandemonium. All the way up and downstairs, all the way through the house. One girl was being handed pans of water, just whole pots of water, and throwing them on people running through this alley between the garage and the back porch. And she was dry at the end of the water fight. When the neighbor comes, he's "You know what time it is?" And the other girl that worked days, "It's 2:00 in the morning." We're all kind of like, okay, we got to stop. And I think the police are, I think he threatened to call the police, but we're all like, disband. So we all hid. Just some of us took walks to the beach because we were a block from the beach, So, but it was the only water fight I've ever seen where someone was dry. She had to be the winner because she, like I said, being handed pans of water. It was crazy. But it was every night a different thing like that. Just craziness and fun, Okay, that concludes this episode. Goes over some of what we go through as ride share workers. Anyway, just want to say farewell and